Stocks are faltering today, generally on concerns about the Delta variant of COVID, a possible slowdown in economic growth we've been discussing. But my next guest says all of this is a welcome sign, actually. Joining me now is Grisanti. He is Chief Equity Strategist and Senior Portfolio Manager at MAI Capital Management. Chris, it's good to have you. So why do you think we're already in the fearful part of this cycle?
Well, thank you, Kelly. It's nice to be back again. I'll tell you a dirty little secret about our business of equity strategists and portfolio management. It always sounds wiser to be pessimistic, but I have to advise people that it's often more profitable to be a little bit brave. And as the saying goes, you be a little greedy when people are what you think are overly fearful, which I think is where we are right now. So obviously you've got the Delta variant front and center. You also had a pretty crummy jobs report last Friday. And even the U.S. retreat in Afghanistan, which is obviously not an investment event, but it does add to the psychological pessimism of the moment. Sure. So I think all that pessimism is leading people to step back a little, especially from those economically sensitive stocks that will do well as COVID eventually fades.
But how can we be in any kind of fearful environment, Chris, when we have the NASDAQ, the S&P, I think even the Dow at basically all-time highs?
Well, I would agree with that. And so what I would advise is not to just throw your money in willy-nilly, but to pick those places that have been especially hit lately. So, we have a couple of stocks to talk about, but in the travel and entertainment business, look at the stocks that haven't made highs all year. And there are a few high quality companies that are still suffering from fearfulness right now.
So let's talk about a couple of the stocks that you think could do well here, because it's always one thing to talk big picture and quite another to say, listen, here are the actual picks and where you should be investing. I mean, Boeing is such a difficult story. Why is now the right moment to get involved?
Well, I like to joke. People say, oh, Boeing has hair on it. I say, forget that. It's Sasquatch. I mean, there is so much hair on this thing. But what I would say is take a deep breath and look down the road 3 to 5 years. That's our investment horizon. And what do you see? You see COVID, frankly, probably being a grim memory by then. You see a growing middle class all around the world that needs more and more airplane seats. And best of all, you see an industry that has only 2 big players in it that can build the big airplanes. So Boeing remains investment grade. And because of all this hair, you can buy it for half the price you would have had to pay during certain moments in 2019, for example. So it is a stock where people are still quite fearful. And I think
exactly.
overly so.
I was going to